majority of my business is either first-time home buyers or it is relocation clients. But there have been so many instances over this past year where I've seen people who thought home ownership was unattainable, who saw that home prices were going up, interest rates were going up, there's no way they were going to be able to make it work. But we were able to lock them into a home where the seller paid off their closing costs. They used down payment assistance and virtually bought a home with $0 out of pocket. The money that they put in up front for an earnest money deposit was then refunded back to them at closing. So they actually walked away with a check. And Paul and I would have this conversation. Paul would say, I just don't think it's a good financial sense for them. And then we're talking through the process, like, how are these buyers achieving these goals? And is this really a beneficial move for them? And in all of these cases, it has been.
She's got crazy stories. Last year, she's helped clients where from a lender's perspective, I was like, there's just no way this is going to work. I was like, that's a high risk move for them. They should probably think about waiting. And she finds a way, because she gets these conversations started because they reach out to her via her Instagram. And just like you said, it's just a phone call. Just have a phone call. She directs them to a lender, and these lenders are able to find programs, first-time home buyer programs, down payment assistance, and get these people into homes. And literally, it's like the craziest story. And, very emotional, actually. You've got some home buyers that I'm like, wow, there could be a book written about this story right here.
Yeah, I think it's all about who you work with. Who you work with is a huge part of the process, because not only are you working with this person, you're also using their wealth of knowledge. Mm-hmm. And if you're working with somebody who knows about these programs and know that they exist and can find opportunities to connect people with beneficial programs, that's a huge key. A lot of these people got told they couldn't buy a home. Right. Other agents wouldn't want to work with them or wouldn't want to take them on. We would be in the middle of the purchase process and a lender would say, no, can't do that. But it's just all about being flexible and then being able to make game time decisions. But we're only able to do that when we know about these programs, when we know about these people who are able to offer these things.
Sure.
I think when it comes to mortgages, Keith is one of the most knowledgeable people that I know when it comes to mortgage programs, insight and forefront when it comes to mortgages. But you've told me a lot of things. I've watched a lot of your videos and content. I feel like I'm then able to relay that on to clients to potentially get them into a home where it may not have been possible previously.
So big, because coming from, the big box lenders that I did, when you would bring up these situations, I would use my experience and just immediately write it off, because we never offer those programs. And then all of a sudden you're talking about these programs being offered to your clients that I'm like, what? I've never done that, or I've never seen that.
Yeah, like 1099. He's like, nope, they can't do it. And I'm like, I know that there's programs out there. Yeah.
Well, I think, specifically with first-time home buyers is, every state is so different in terms of what is offered for first-time home buyer from an assistance standpoint, state to state to state. And some programs are only in these states or only in those states. And so if you are with one of those big box lenders, not to disparage or say that they don't know what's going on, it's just they're looking at it more from an all 50 state standpoint. Yeah. Whereas when you're working with somebody who's local to the area, a real estate agent, a loan officer, they know the products that are available specifically in that area.
100%.
And sometimes the programs are like city specific, city and county specific. And so I think when you, especially as a first-time home buyer, when you're looking to buy a home, local is way better than going more global for the support that you're getting.
Sure. 100%. And that opened my eyes after seeing Marie work with local lenders, because when I was doing mortgages, we never offered these programs because we were a national lender. And when clients would come looking for them, we would just tell them if they didn't meet all the boxes and check all the boxes that were very nationally blanketed, we would just tell them, you can't do this, or you're going to have to wait, or you need to get your savings up to this point, et cetera, your credit up to this point. And they would be discouraged. And I thought how much of an impact it makes to talk to the right person who's going to give you the right information to help guide you in the right direction. It's going to make all the difference. Talking to one lender to another, from one lender to another, could be the difference between getting into your home or just feeling like you can't do it and just waiting forever.
It's not always easy,
No, it's not.
but it's always worth it.